Whether you're new to Football Manager or a long-term fan, you've probably had that wonder kid who dominates your save, only to find out they never quite make it to the big time in real life. So let's take a walk down memory lane as we look at 25 wonder kids who were expected to reach the top but didn't quite make it. So kicking our list off at number 25, we've got Diego Bonate, a star Football Manager of 2009. The Argentine playmaker had insane technical stats and flair. You could mold him into the perfect creative midfielder, but in real life, injuries and lack of physicality prevented him from fulfilling that FM potential. In FM, Bonata was the next Rukalman, and in real life, he had a decent career, but never came close to that level. And next at number 24 is Gabriel Obertan, a wonder kid from FM 2010. FM managers loved his blistering pace and dribbling. Manchester United signed him in hopes that he'd be the next winger sensation, but after an underwhelming spells at United and Newcastle, he never reached the heights that FM promised. Obertan was one of those guys you always sign in FM for speed, but in real life, he struggled to get it going. And then at number 23 is probably a popular name, and this is Ral Morrison from Football Manager 2012. In game, Morrison was said to be the next big thing out of Manchester United's academy. So Alex Ferguson even said he had more talent than anyone he'd ever seen, but off the field issues and inconsistency derailed his career. Morrison was supposed to be England's next great midfielder, but his personal issues overshadowed his potential. Football Manager had us believing he was the future of English football. At number 22 is Cho Samb, a legend from Championship Manager 2001-02. In the game, this guy was a goal machine, a can't miss striker who would fire your team to glory. But in real life, Samba never made it beyond the lower leagues in England. Cho Samb was a true cult hero in Football Manager, but despite all that potential, his real life career never reached those heights. And in at number 21 is Marco Marin, the German Messi from Football Manager 2011, known for his dribbling skills and creativity. FM players loved him for his attacking ability, but after a big move to Chelsea, he failed to live up to expectations, with loan spells and injuries cutting his career short. FM made us believe Marin was Germany's next big thing, but in real life, he became known as one of Chelsea's biggest flops, something we are a little bit familiar with right now. Now moving on to the top 20, we have Bojan Krkic from Football Manager 2008. FM hyped him as the next Lionel Messi, and for a good reason. He broke through at Barcelona as a teenager and had skills to become a world-class player, but injuries and lack of confidence saw his career fizzle out, with spells at Stoke and beyond. Bojan's story is one of the biggest disappointments for FM players. In the game, he was Barcelona's next golden boy, but in reality, his career never hit those expected heights. And at number 19, we've got Gael Kukuta from Football Manager 2010. Chelsea had big plans for him, and FM managers loved his pace and flair on the wing. But after a long legal battle over his transfer and underwhelming spells across Europe, Kukuta never lived up to his wonder kid status. And at number 18, we have Yaya Sonoga, the target man from Football Manager 2013. Arsenal fans were hyped about this signing after FM players saw his goal-scoring prowess, but in reality, injuries and inconsistency plagued his career, and he never quite lived up to his FM hype. Because in FM, Sonoga was the next great French striker, but in real life, let's just say his time at Arsenal didn't go as planned. And at number 15 is a familiar name, depending on how old you are, and it's Freddy Adu, the wonder kid from Football Manager 2006. FM managers remember Adu as a prodigy who could dominate from a young age, but despite all the hype, Adu's real-life career never came close to those early expectations, with stints across multiple leagues and failing to deliver on his potential. And in at number 12 is another Manchester United quote-unquote failure, and this is Anderson. He's a midfield powerhouse from Football Manager 2007, and when Manchester United signed him, FM players knew they had a star on their hands. But Anderson's real-life career at United was plagued by inconsistency and fitness issues. Again, something that we are very familiar with right now. Alright, now we're in the top 10. The biggest FM wonder kid flops, you could say. There are some names that really stung, and starting off at 10 with Giovanni Dos Santos, a Mexican playmaker for Football Manager 2008. He was touted as the next Ronaldinho, coming through La Masia at Barcelona, but despite all the talent, Giovanni's real-life career lacked consistency and underwhelming spells at Tottenham, Villarreal and beyond. And at 9, we've got Alex Torreira from Football Manager 2010, known for his speed, flair and goal-scoring ability. Torreira was a dream for FM managers, looking for a versatile forward. Although he had a strong career in Ukraine and later in China, he never made the leap to a top European club as expected. And moving to number 8, we have Guy Asselin from Football Manager 2010. Known as the Israeli Messi, Asselin had the dribbling and flair FM fans loved, but in reality his career took a much quieter path, with stints in lower leagues rather than the bright lights of La Liga. And at number 7, it's Alen Halivercic, who was a must must-have wonderkid in Football Manager 2015. With all the technical qualities to be Croatia's next big star, Halovic's career has struggled with frequent club changes and he never truly found his feet. And at number 6 we have Federico Macheda, a phenomenon from Football Manager 2009. Manchester United fans will remember his debut goal against Aston Villa, which created massive hype. But in real life, Macheda couldn't sustain that level, spending his career bouncing around lower leagues in Europe. And breaking into our top 5 is Gabriel Barbosa, better known as Gabigol from Football Manager 2016. In FM, this Brazilian striker was a goal machine, lighting up European football. But his move to Inter Milan didn't pan out and he found himself back in Brazil trying to resurrect his career. And at 4 is another very familiar name, Adel Taarabt, a mercurial playmaker from Football Manager 2011. In the game, his flair, dribbling and creativity made him a unique asset. While Taarabt did show glimpses of brilliance at QPR, he didn't reach the consistent world-class level FM players hoped for. And at number 3, we've got Carlos Fierro, a fan favorite from Football Manager 2012. This Mexican striker's speed and finishing abilities made him a goal machine in FM, but in reality, Fierro's career was limited mainly to Liga MX, without that breakout European move many expected would happen. And at number 2, we have Henri Saivet from Football Manager 2008. Touted as the future of French football, Saivet had all the stats of a complete midfielder, but his real-life career has seen him struggle to secure a regular place at Newcastle, far from the FM stardom he once promised. And finally at number 1, and it's Ibrahim Afellay from Football Manager 2008. Known as a skillful, creative winger, Afellay was hyped as one of the Netherlands' best upcoming talents. A move to Barcelona looked like it would be the turning point in his career, but unfortunately it was derailed by injuries, and he never quite reached the world-class level that FM fans expected. And there you have it, managers, the top 25 Football Manager wonderkid who didn't quite meet their expectations. Some of these names still hurt, right? So who's your biggest FM disappointment? Let me know in the comments below and smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more football related content in the future. And I will see you in the next one.